Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm not gonna be before y'all much long. Um, Good evening, everyone. Hey, sis, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. Come on in the room real quick. I ain't gonna be before y'all much long. I had a very long weekend, and I yeah, I'm here. Hey, sis. Hey, cuz. I promise y'all tonight I won't be before y'all too much long. But I have to say some stuff. I'm sorry, Gerald, I can't pull you on, man, because you know I don't do that. But what I have to say tonight, I think like a lot of people needs to hear, because there's so much going on in the world today that we are losing the battle. It is so much going on in the world today that we are truly losing the battle. But I just come on tonight. I want to say a few things in your hearing, because when I say we're losing the battle, I really mean we're losing the battle. Greetings, Evangelist Mason. How you doing? Okay. I'm almost through over here on this side of the vineyard. 1 second. I know my voice is basically almost shot, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. How y'all doing? Good evening. I'm sorry I'm coming on late, but just getting home, really, getting my head together. And hey, First Lady Mecca. I want to say tonight, this is love from the heart. I don't got nothing to drink, but you know, let me start out by saying this, everyone. When I say love from the heart, what I'm talking about is like right now we're in a state of emergency. We're in a state of emergency where, love you too, T. Yo, we gotta talk again, man, real soon. It'll be before this weekend, I guarantee it. When I say it's love from the heart, y'all, I'm at the point where I have seen some people come and I've seen some people go. Some people have came voluntary and some people have left voluntary. But some people have left before their time. And one of my cousins from back home, his son was murdered about a week ago. And it's funny how we all go through things in life. We all don't understand how things unfold. But when I say love from the heart, it's time for us as a people, as a race, to stop hating on each other. It's time for us to stop, always want to pull somebody down. It's time for us to put them guns down. Because what I see is, I see how people say that, we don't have to fight anymore because we don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. My heart is filled right now. I'm trying to get my words together. People say that we no longer have to do anything about what's going on in the world today because blacks is killing blacks at an all-time high. Blacks is saying that, at the end of the day, we're killing each other. So why should we fight a good fight? Let me just say this to everyone. I say love from the heart. What I want you to start doing is, and I mean, just think about what I'm saying tonight. And if it don't make no sense, just tell me it don't make no sense. What I'm trying, good evening, Bishop Shell, Bishop Dr. Shell. What I'm saying tonight is this. The way that we are living, if you live in your best life, live your best life. But love the hell out of everybody that you say that you love. And that's from the heart. Because see, we have so many things that's going on in the world today, and we are losing our children. We're losing our parents. We're losing our communities. We're losing so much, because we're losing so much in the world today. But you know what? It's a shame how love from, like I said again, my cousin was gunned down in Trenton, New Jersey, an athlete doing good for herself. Nobody knows what happened. But see, one thing I'm going to tell you, when your kids leave the front door, you make sure that you love them as much as you can. Love them as much as you can. Love your mother. Love your father. Love your grandmother, your grandfather. Love your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, your cousins. Have that agape love for your family members, because you know what? When I say love from the heart, we're losing a winning battle. We're losing a winning battle. Everybody has their own isms and schisms. Everybody wants to do things their way. But you know what? When I tell my brothers and sisters that I love them, I mean it from the heart. When I tell my coworkers I love them, I mean it from the heart. Because see, we all go through things in life. And when we go through things in life, it's funny how when we go through things sometimes alone. But if you say you love me, I shouldn't have to cry by myself. If you say you love me when you're in my presence and I'm in your presence, that love should show. But we have people now are dying left and right for no reason. Our children is going out the front door but not coming back in. Our nieces and nephews are going out the front door but not coming back in. Mothers and fathers is going out the front door but not coming back in. Our cousins is going out the front door but not coming back in. Do you know what it's like to have somebody die or pass away, and however you want to put it, time expired, God called them home, the devil called them home? Let's just be real about it. Love from the heart. When you have somebody's phone number in your phone, and the last message that they left you, you still have it in your phone. Do you know what that's like? Just to listen at their voice. You went to the funeral. You seen them put them in the ground. You seen them pour dirt on that casket. But you know what? You still have that message on your phone. We have to love from the heart. We have to love from the heart. We can't share each other's posts because we're so daggone jealous of somebody getting more views than you get. We can't tell somebody we love them because we're afraid that somebody might hear us and they may get jealous. We got people dying every day not knowing that you love them. Don't lie and say you love them. Say it and mean it from your heart. I've been through so much hell and turmoil in my life that I'm sitting down now typing my book up. As I'm typing my book up, I'm going through the times of me growing up on Brunswick Avenue, on Stuyvesant Avenue, in Lancaster, Pittsburgh, on Rockland Street. I'm going through all these hard times of my life, and I'm looking at it, and I said to myself, who loved me when I didn't love myself? Who cared about me when nobody else wanted to care about me? See, we get so stuck on ourselves. Well, this is what the money I make. This is what I'm doing. If you get out of self, Get out of self. Look at helping somebody else. Look at loving somebody else. Tell somebody else you love them. Tell somebody else that no matter what come or go, I got your back. I'm getting tired of these stupid Christians out here talking about, for God I live and for God I die. But you know what? You say you love a God that you never seen. You see a God that you never sat down and ate dinner with. You see a God that you didn't grow up with him holding your hand. You holding his hand. But you tell your brothers and sisters, I can't stand you. I love you. And now that you're in the grave, everybody want to hell and cry. Everybody wants to cry. Give me my roses while I can smell them. We got so many people leaving this earth right now, not knowing who love them and who do love them, who love them and who don't love them. Give me 1 second because I see messages pop up on my screen. I'm going to get my other screen over here. You know, we have people right now that's going through hell and high water. But we can't do what? We can't love them because we think it's all about us. That's just happened to our family, brother. Just last Thursday, we were speaking and she was encouraging me because I'm in stage 2 of lupus and COPD. And she was encouraging me, let me know God got me. Last Thursday, we were saying goodbye. You say you love me today, and you could be gone tomorrow. You say you hate me today, and I could be gone tomorrow. You see how that is? We don't have time to love each other because we're hating on each other. We don't have time to love each other from the heart. Because somebody did something to you 13 years ago, 20 years ago. Let it go. Let it go. Our kids are walking out the front door, y'all, and not coming back. The people that we say we love, dying of lupus, dying of cancer. And we sitting back pointing the finger. We sitting back trying to look grand. You know, I was in convocation, and Elder Comedy said something that was so profound to me. We was talking about what's a status symbol. Men want to have the Gucci, the Louis Vuitton, the Versace, all these other designer stuff. Women want to have the MK pocketbooks. They want to have the Dakar pocketbooks. But you know what? It's funny. You carry a $1,000 pocketbook with an EBT card in it. How do you call that love? How do you call that love? You loving material stuff more than you love your brothers and sisters. But you robbing Peter to pay Paul. How do you call that love? Love is what love does. Love is an action word. Love is an action word. If I tell you I love you, you can rest assured just as well Jesus is coming back one day that Fulton loves you. But it's just too much hatred out here, y'all. It's too much hatred. People say that I'm a mean person. No, I'm a stern person that means business. You catch me at the wrong time, I will say something to you that you may not like. But I can't give a helping hand because nobody didn't come, don't do the same. It is sad when some people, and they don't wish you the best, even when you've done more for them. I'm dealing with that right now. Dad stopped his cancer treatments, never had him beg me to move back, saying he won't worry about me, such as hard thing. Let me tell y'all something. When you understand that no matter what come or go, if nobody ever tells you that they love you, Evangelist Mason, Bishop Parham loves you. I may not be up there where you at up in New York, but I love you, sis. I may not have $1 million to give you, but I still love you, sis. Brent, you know what? The more you pray for your dad, the better off he'll be. The more you show love to your dad, the better off he'll be. Because see, no matter what come or go, we have to show that we are the bigger people. And that's love from the heart. Let me tell y'all something. It was about, and if I had some of my coworkers that they'd tell you, About 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, I was coming. I've been on the grind so bad lately. Y'all just don't know. I was coming from work one morning, and usually I have my sister on the phone with me. And my sister always like to encourage me. We talk about stuff and we laugh about stuff. When I thought she may have been asleep, and I thought that I could make it home. I was out of town, came back. Matter of fact, it's the weekend that I came from Florida, about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I got home and found out that I had to go to work that night. I went to work that night, and this is real. I'm gonna show you how good God is, and I'm gonna show you how good my coworkers are. The next morning, I was driving home. Now, you want to talk about how much y'all love me? I could have been taken out 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago, I could have been taken out here. On my way home, when I tell you I fell asleep behind the wheel, I fell asleep behind the wheel. And when I fell asleep behind the wheel, my car went across traffic into a ditch. Okay? It went across traffic into a ditch. I didn't hit another car didn't hit me. It was during school hours where kids were on their way to school. Now, you say you love me? Feel my heart right about now. When I fell asleep, I went across the highway. I went into a ditch. When I went across the highway into a ditch, I was still asleep. Berkeley County Police, Goose Creek Police came. The guy said, I was knocking on your window. And I didn't wake up. So he thought that I was dead. As he was knocking on the window, I did not wake up. This is a true story. 5 weeks ago, I got my plane flew in. I got off the plane. I found out that I had to go to work that night. I had about an hour and a half to 2 hours of sleep. I went to work 12, 13 hours, got off of work, drove home, went across the road into a ditch. Cops knocking on my window. Didn't wake up. He started banging on the roof of the car. I opened my eyes. My car was still running. I was in the ditch. My car's still running. What I did, I rolled the window and I looked at him and I said, can I help you? I'm in uniform. I'm asking him, can he help me? Not knowing I was in the ditch, fell asleep. Now, this is the love. This is the love right here. Watch this. I was dead asleep in the car. Went across the road in the ditch. Cops came and woke me up. I asked the officer, could I help you? He thought I was drunk. He said, you in the sheriff's uniform and you been drinking? I said, no, sir. He says, because you're in the ditch. I looked up people, white people, black people, he's Chinese. No, wait, Mom. He's Filipino. Standing across the road, looking at my car. One woman was crying. So when I got out the car, she came and gave me a hug. They told her she had to move back. She couldn't do that because they thought I was drunk. I took a breathalyzer that morning. One of the sheriffs got in my car and tried to bring it out of the ditch. I went to work. I'm thinking that they're gonna call my job and tell my job what happened. But I was so tired because I've been ripping and running. The love I have for people is agape love. I'm killing myself for other people. That's the love I have for people. Who can say, I'm going to work 12, 13 hours, get off of an airplane, go to work, and almost kill myself, and I'm still running. I'm still answering phone calls. I'm still going to convocations. I'm still showing people that I love them. I can't stop for that. Because the God in me, I have love in my heart for people. We have to stop hating on each other. That particular day, I preached that Saturday night, Sunday morning, Bishop George Brown Jr. from Fort Lauderdale, from Trenton, lives down in Fort Lauderdale. He preached Friday night and Sunday afternoon. God's word went forth. And when I got home, Tuesday morning, coming home from work, it could have been the end of me. I could have been non-existent. I could have been expired. Going across traffic in a ditch, and I was still asleep. That's why I tell you, we have to love each other. I had to go out of town. My sergeant told me, hey, she said, well, you can't go, blah, 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 blah. I understood that. But she knew what happened 5 weeks ago. 3 o'clock in the morning, she knew that I had to be on the road by 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. She told me, she said, go ahead home. Sign out and go home. I thank Sergeant Polite for looking in her heart. Because she could have said, no, nigga, you got to work 12 hours. But she said, you know what? Go home. She said, go home. I love you too. I love you too, Jamie. Love in the heart. Love is from the heart, y'all. Somebody else could have had a more traumatic incident than I had. But at the end of the day, I could not have been here today. But the love that we have for each other is no more playing games. I see my cousin Loretta on here. I haven't seen my cousin Loretta in years. Loretta London, I love you, cuz. I ain't seen you in years, but I love you, cuz. And that's the love we need to have for our family. Like I said, we got kids to this day is going out of here, not coming back home. But we sit around and we want to hold so much animosity in our heart, so much hate in our heart. Whatever happened to family love? I don't care what nobody say about the South. The South may be the South, but guess what? At the end of the day, they will love each other. They may have their isms and schisms, but I've seen so much love here in the South. That could have been a day that I didn't wake up. That could have been a day an 18-wheeler could have came down the road and hit me as I was cruising across the road into that ditch. That's love from the heart. We need to examine ourselves. I'm getting tired of these preachers, these so-called bishops, apostles, superintendents, elders. Everybody wants to be on Showtime. But at the end of the day, when was the last time you came out them four walls, forgot about offering, and did what? Showed love to the people. When was the last time? When was the last time we showed love to our brothers and sisters? Our parents, you know what's funny? Let me put a pin right there. Your daddy may have never been in your life, but that don't give you a reason not to love him. Elder Nichols, I show love so much. Like I was just telling the people, I can show you how much I show love. I done been around the world and I'll still come home. We'll go to work the next day. People need me and I'm always there for them. But 5 weeks ago, God could have said, you know what? You have fought a good fight. You have finished your course. Now I'm calling you home. The love that we have in our hearts need to be exemplified. It's time for us to stop hating on each other. It's time for us to be triumphant in all the ways and all the things that we do and love each other. It's easy to hate, but it's hard to love. Why is that? It's easy to hate, but it's hard to love. Why is that? We got people getting divorced. because they don't understand another person. The person that you marry, you don't understand them. Dad, you done been with them 10 years before you got married. Now you say I do. Now you want a divorce. But you said, for better, for worse, in sickness, for health, to death do you part. Why is that? People, like I said again, people are getting murdered. When was the last time you told somebody that you know that just got murdered that you love them? I'm praying for you. And don't say I'm praying for you lying about it. Say I'm praying for you and mean it. Because we as a people, we're good to say, I'm praying for you, and you ain't saying nothing to God about it for the person. We good for that. We good for that. But you can't find nobody if they say, this is what's funny when I say that, because at first I was talking about me a while ago. But see, you know what happens is this. When somebody say, Bishop, pray for me, Fulton, pray for me, you know what I do? Immediately, I begin to pray. I don't have time for isms and schisms. I don't have time for backbiting. I don't have time for lying. I don't have time for finagling my words. I don't have time for that. What I do is this. When they say pray, I say, I'm going to pray for you. Our Father God, in the name of Jesus. I don't know what's going on, God, but I ask that you come through right now. See, that's the type of person we all need to be. We all can talk about who's zooming who. We all can talk about whose son or whose daughter is pregnant, whose son is going to jail. But when someone is genuinely asking you for prayer from the heart, you can't do it. Because love is hard, but hating is easy. Jealousy is easy. Backbiting is easy. But to love somebody, we don't love people until they 6 feet under. Like I told you, if you have somebody last message in your phone, and you know without a shadow of a doubt that they 6 feet under, you seen them close the casket, you seen them put dirt on the casket, you seen it, go back and listen to their last message. Go back and read their last text message. It'll wake you up. You'll start crying all over again. But sometimes we need that in our lives. We need a good cry. The Bible says, go back to the old landmark. Sometimes we need to go back to the old landmark. We need to examine ourselves. I don't care what nobody say about old school. Old school is true school. What you see now is not true. It's not true now. But old school is true school. Remember that. I don't care what church you go to, what denomination you belong to. If your pastor ain't preaching love, then you need a new church. All this preaching money, how you gonna get rich? You know how to get rich? Now I'm gonna tell you something in love. Somebody put in love on the screen for me. I'm gonna tell you how you can surpass all of this in love. In love is this. I don't care how much prosperity your pastor preach. But in love, let me help you. Number one, stop buying stuff that you can't afford. That's number one. Number two, get your credit straight. Number three, you have to understand one thing about finance. Finance will come and go, but you have to realize that you have negative equity, you have positive equity. You have to understand finances. In love, get your job straight. Get your financial situation straight. In love. So this is love from the heart. In love, I'm telling you how to overcome in love. All these prosperity preachers, they telling you, oh, claim it. Go ahead, claim it and name it. Put your hand on it. But you know what? If your credit is jacked up, you can go to the car lot with Jesus. They're gonna look at your financial record. You gonna say, well, I want that 3-bedroom house, 4.5 bathroom, 2-car garage house, sitting on an acre of land. But if your credit is jacked up, you can go claim it, put your hands on it, have faith in it. But they say faith without works is dead. So if your credit is jacked up, guess what? You're dead. That's in love. That's in love. And we have to realize that. That's in love. Love from the heart. If you haven't called somebody up that you have an issue with, get it right. Get it right. Because when you're gone or they're gone, it's too late. And you say, well, my biggest thing is I can't talk to him. But you know what? You get it right by God. If you got to text him, get it right. I think that's a misconception of the world today. Everybody wants to text. Oh, Bishop Dr. Parham, it's the way of life. We text now. But you know what? The Bible says, the Bible is right. Scripture says, go to them. It don't say text them. It says, go to them with a witness. Go to them. And that's what we have to do. Go to them. Talk to them. We got so many men and women in the world today. Oh, I'm a man. Well, if you're a man, go back, talk to your kids. Ask them to forgive you for not paying child support. You say you're a woman. If you're a woman, go to that man that you laid up with and present yourself to him and tell him, hey, I forgive you for not taking care of your child for 18 years. That's in love. See, we have to love from the heart. And once you get your heart straight, then you will be straight. And that's in love. We got so many people out here who's hating. And see, what I like about what I'm saying is this. Like I said, I'm just getting off the road and I'm tired. Y'all can hear it in my voice. But I had to come on here and say something. We have stopped loving people because, now watch this. We have stopped loving people because we want people to reverence us. No, they don't. Bishop. No, I don't. Yes, you do. Agape love comes from the heart. You shouldn't beg nobody to love you. If they don't want to love you, wipe off your feet and keep going. But as long as you know that you got it right, love begets love. Kindness begets kindness. That's all I'm going to say. We need to get it right before we talk about what others are doing. We need to get it right. Our sons, let them know that you love them. Our daughters, let them know that you love them. Our mothers, let them... See, when I'm typing to my mom and say, hey, Ma, how you doing? Just checking on you. I love you. And we have to get into that cycle of expressing our love. Jesus, the Bible says, for God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. Happy birthday, Africa. He gave his only begotten son. So since he gave his only begotten son for me, guess what? I have to show love. I have to show love. Like I said again, this is where we are in society. Love from the heart. It's easy to hate. But why is it so hard to love somebody? Our children are dying, getting shot, daughters getting raped, kids are end up missing. But when was the last time we told our children that we love them? I work amongst some juveniles. And the first thing that I asked them is, was it worth it? Was it worth you pulling that gun out, shooting somebody and killing them? I'm not talking about no 19, 20-year-olds. I'm talking about 13 to 17. I said, was it worth it? The love in your heart to kill somebody else, was it worth it? I have some that says no. I have some that say I didn't have a choice. I have some that said I don't know what to say about it. Was it worth it? And this is what I hit them with. I asked them, when was the last time you told your mother or your father that you loved them? They said, Bishop OG, don't start. I said, when was the last time you told your mother or your father that you loved them? Because you have to realize something. Right now, you're in a state of being confined. If they go out here and have a heart attack and die, you can't say, Mama, I love you. Daddy, I love you. Grandma, I love you. But when you have love from the heart, you have to think consciously about what you do. Your children can go out the front door and not come back. Your mothers can go out the door and don't come back. So what kind of love do you have? What kind of love are you exemplifying from the heart? Like I said 5 weeks ago, I didn't even share it on Facebook. I didn't even share it on Facebook. I didn't tell my parents about it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I didn't even tell my wife the first week because I was so perplexed. My mind, I was giving God praise because he didn't take me out. You have to realize when your body is tired, it will shut down on you. My body shut down on me. And I rolled across traffic into a ditch and I was dead asleep. We have to start exemplifying love because we don't know when our last day here gonna be. And I don't want it to be said that, oh, Fulton was mean as hell. Fulton made me bad back in 1992 in Trenton High School on graduation day. I don't want that to be said. I have went back and I have cleared the air with people that I've had fights with in North Trenton, in the baseball field, on the basketball court. I have went back and asked them to forgive me. Bishop Brown said a friend of mine just lost her 2-year-old nephew from drowning. Love is the key to real success. 2 years old. 2 years old, y'all. We don't know when our time is going to be called. We don't know when we're not going to see somebody ever again. We don't know. So if you love somebody, and I'm about finished, don't worry. It came on tonight because my heart was grieving. My heart is grieving because we're losing people. People are leaving this earth not knowing who love them and who don't. And who have that true love for them. And that's the bad part about it. When you are, see, I can say this because I've been here. I've been in situations where I said to myself, don't nobody love me. Now, people say, well, you can't say that because I was your friend since day one. But when I was on the realm of committing suicide, you wasn't there. When I wanted to take my own life, you wasn't there. See, that's why I say we have to realize when we say real love. See, back in the day, I'm not saying I was the richest kid on the block, but guess what? I think, and George Brown is on here, but see, he don't even know. I was on the verge of suicide when I met him. He don't even realize it. I was coming out of a fight for my life, and he didn't even know nothing about it. I didn't know who loved me, who didn't love me. But I was in for a fight of my life. But this man showed me love, put me in his Broadway play. And being in his play, working in Newark, New Jersey, then being in a play, it kept my mind off of taking my own life. See, God will show up right on time to show you it's not time to throw in the towel. And some of us don't realize it, but love from the heart will let you know that it's not time to throw in the towel. I love my brothers and sisters. I love my mother and my father, but it's not time to throw in the towel. And that's the reason I'm here tonight, to let you know that no matter what you go through in life, it's not time to throw in the towel. It's not time to turn your back on your brothers and sisters, on your mother, on your father, or your aunts, your uncles, or your cousins, or your wannabe cousins, or your aunties, or your cousin and them. It's not time to throw in the towel. We all go through things, and like I told y'all, I'm sitting down writing my own book now about my life, and in typing, I got my good days, I got my bad days. And the guy who's editing it, he says, wait a minute, you couldn't have done this because you're a bishop. He says, I'm a PK kid. You couldn't have did this when you was younger. I said, why not? My cousin Loretta on here, she'll tell you, oh no, Fulton ain't been no choir boy all his life. I've had my bad days. But I've shown so much love to people that it's unreal. Some of us right now, there is stuff going on between you and your brother. Get it right. You and your sister, get it right. I preached too many funerals when it wasn't right. I've preached too many funerals. It's one thing to go into a house and they say, oh, the bishop is here. And there's so much envy and strife in the house. They haven't even been to the graveyard yet. This sister ain't talking to this brother for something that happened 20 years ago. It's time to love from the heart, y'all. It really is. And I know Bishop Brown probably sitting down now talking about what in the world is what Bishop, you wouldn't understand. I didn't start coming to Pastor Howell's church just because it was in walking distance. That's not the reason why I started coming to his church. It's not. I was going through the fight of my life back in the late 90s. Some people on here know about that fight. But I'm still here. George Brown showed me love. Pastor Howell showed me love. My little sister told me something, and I still remember to this day. She said, bro, if you give up, what about me? Yeah. Yeah. So we have to show love. We have to. Because like I said again, it'll be something if you wake up and the very person that you don't, that you love, but you haven't told that you love, that you hated on, that you didn't tell them, hey, no matter what's going on, we still family. I still love you. Because it's nothing, and I have a cousin right now, he'll tell you, it's not like getting that knock at the door. It's not like serving someone a death notification 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's nothing like waking somebody up out their bed and say, hey, do you know this child or do you know this person? And you say, that's my son. That's my daughter. Well, we need you to come down to LEC, or we need you to come down to the hospital. Then you have to identify your child, your mother, your father. What type of love will you feel when the ones that slaved over bringing you up, treating you right, is no longer here? What will your love say then for them? Like I said, people say they love me, and I genuinely believe some people do love me. But what happens when you're gone and there is no love? What if I would have died 5 weeks ago? What would have happened? Could you just imagine? Like I said again, people on my job was like, what? You did what? People on my job, I mean, I thought that I was little Fulton all over again. Because people on my job was like, yo, if you ever do that again. I had this one girl on my job, her name, last name is Lazarus. She told me, I'm going to pinch you. And she pinched me like Miss Nancy did at First Year Baptist Church in Sunday school. Or Miss Harvey did in Jefferson. That's love. That's love. And like I told y'all, I got off the plane, was home 2-3 hours, got an hour and a half, 2 hours sleep, got up, went to work, worked a full shift, came, got off work, thought I could make it home, and I slid across the road into a ditch. And I ain't say a mumbling word. Mumbling word. So sometimes it's good to let people know how you feel about them. Before I left Florida, I told Bishop Brown, love you, Bishop. Told him that, face to face. Was no texting. Told him face to face. Told him First Lady Brown, love you, First Lady Brown. I told Nancy Blue and her husband, Nancy Robinson, sorry. I told both of them that I love them face to face. Because so many people are leaving here every day. And if you look at it, and I'm about to say this and I'm going to go because it's 9 o'clock. We have to be very cognizant. We have to be very vigilant of how we act around people. We have to understand when we say something, your word have to be your bond. You're right, Bishop. We need to stay on the wall. We need this. Tell your wife you love her because she can go ahead and get in an accident and you may not see her the next day. Your husband can go out here and get an accident and you may not see him the next day. Your girlfriend, your significant other, your children, your bestest of friend can go out here and get killed the same exact day. How would you feel? How would you feel? I love you too, Evangelist. So at the end of the day, just know somebody you say you love may not know that you love them. Somebody that you care about may not know that you care about them because you have never said it. And when it's true love from the heart, love covers a multitude of sin. But love from the heart is an action word. And sometimes it's worth more than money. To tell somebody you love them, they may not cry in front of you, but you can bring tears to someone's eyes by just showing them love. Like I said again, we all, and I ain't going to preach to you because I ain't going to be the one that say the preacher lied. We all have been in the belly of hell like Jonah. We all have been in there. But somebody came along. God sent you a guardian angel to let you know that no matter what come or go in your life, I love you. So when you know that somebody loves you, it gives you the ammunition to say, I can make it another day. My cousin Barbara has always been there. I love you, cuz. It helps you to realize that no matter what you're going through, no matter how hard you have fallen, you can stand back up on your own 2 feet. You may hit rock bottom, but when you stand up, for someone to say, hey, what's going on? I love you. How you been doing? It gives you enough ammunition to say, hey, I'm not throwing in my towel. I can make it another day. To all my family members on here, from New Jersey to Philadelphia, to Baltimore, Maryland, to D.C., Delaware, Jamaica, New York, I love y'all. Florida, I love y'all. I mean, I see y'all every day. But just know I love y'all. If God called me home tonight, know I love y'all. And that's from the heart. So the next time you want to see how much of a man or woman you is, tell somebody you love them. And mean it. Like I told you, I've had a few brushes with death. And God has always showed me it's not your time. I could have had a brush with death last week in the car with two other people. I was driving. But the sergeant found it in her heart and said, you know what? She said, go ahead home. Or I could have got off at 6 o'clock, came home, took a shower, got redressed, and headed down Georgia, which was a 4.5, 5-hour drive. But I came home and got some rest. God will always show you favor because God has love in his heart for his children. God loved us. Share this message with someone that you love. Share this message with someone that you have an ought against. And get it right. On that tip, y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all. Good night. I'm sorry for coming on, keeping y'all up. But I had to get this out. So please share this message with someone else to let them know, no matter what come or go in life, I love you from the heart. God bless you. Good night.